Hey everyone, I'm going to walk you through a few simple tricks and export settings that keep your vertical videos looking sharp, crisp, and definitely not like a mushy potato. We are jumping right into the editor now to show you the specific workflow I use for platforms like Shorts and Reels. First up, change your timeline resolution to the vertical standard, which for me is 1080 by 1920 portrait mode. Take your high-quality source footage, perhaps a 4K clip, and carefully frame and center it so it looks perfect in that narrow crop. For a direct comparison, let's make one export exactly following YouTube's official suggestions for Shorts right now. This baseline reference is an MP4 file using the H.264 codec, capped at around 8,000 kilobits per second. Next, we create my optimized version that is specifically designed to survive the aggressive compression platforms apply after upload. Before rendering that superior file, hop over to the color page to introduce a very subtle amount of sharpening. Apply this adjustment globally using the timeline level node, and I typically reduce the blur radius to about 47 or 48. This might look slightly over-sharpened in your editor, but that slight excess is intentional to counteract later softening. Toggle the before and after view, and you will notice how much more texture pops out in the hair and skin detail. For the improved export, skip the MP4 and switch your container to QuickTime using the H.265 codec instead. Set the quality a little higher and restrict the bitrate for this better codec to around 12,000 kilobits per second for a good balance. Crucially, ensure you select the main 10 encoding profile to retain significantly more subtle color and detail information during compression. After uploading both files, record an iPhone screen recording of each so we can see exactly how they look side by side on an actual phone. You will typically observe the standard H.264 file looking noticeably softer and somewhat washed out compared to the other version. The H.265 file, thanks to that extra sharpening step, keeps fantastic texture in fabrics, hair, and those small specular highlights. The softer file loses that mid-frequency detail, essentially smearing textures like pockets and facial stubble into an indistinct blur. When you compare the two exports to the original 4K source, the H.265 option gets remarkably close to that original pristine look. While H.265 might introduce a tiny bit more color banding in some flat gradients, the overall detail preservation makes it the superior choice for textured subjects. For creators who obsess over thumbnail-level clarity on Shorts and Reels, making this small change seriously matters for your content. Now, while you can certainly do this manual process every single time, managing exports for every platform gets old very fast. That is where integrated tools can step in to automate finding the most viral parts and generating ready-to-post vertical clips automatically. These solutions also combine scheduling and content calendar management, letting you focus more on creating rather than fiddling with formats. But if you are staying put in your current software, try this exact approach. Crop vertical, add timeline sharpen, and compare the two exports. You will likely be genuinely surprised by how much cleaner and more professional your vertical uploads look when you use these settings. That is it for this session. Try these settings, check them on your phone, and if you are scaling production, seriously consider an automation test. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hit like if this helped, subscribe for more tips, and I will catch you in the very next video.